What advice do you give if you get too high of a BPO or an appraisal and you know the property is worth less?
If I know that the property has problems up front, one thing that I'll do, for example, if it needs a new roof, I'll get 2 roof bids. I'll submit it with the offer. I'll submit pictures, whatever I need to do. And also, I will talk to the person who's doing the broker price opinion or the appraisal. If it still comes in too high and I know that it should come in lower, I will then send in my own comps with, a letter of stating why I think that the broker price opinion or appraisal should come in lower. They do have underwriters in their departments, the lenders and investors, that a lot of the time that they will look at what you send them. If they still won't do anything, I will ask the buyer if they want to invest in an appraisal. Now, me personally, every time that the buyer has invested in an appraisal and it's come in low, the lender has taken that amount and has adjusted the purchase price at that time. Now, I can't tell you that's always going to happen, but it has been very successful for me. There's a lot of times, though, that you can, as long as it makes sense and they look at it, you can get them to look at the broker price opinion or appraisal, and you can come in and they will bring the price down.
Now, what if the lender refuses to waive the deficiency? How exactly does the deficiency judgment work?
Nobody wants a deficiency judgment on their record because basically they can garnish wages with a deficiency judgment. What I definitely do is, in my consultation up front with the seller, I explain exactly what deficiency judgments are. And then if, I tell them that, they do have 5 years, but they also have 5 years to come back to you if it has been foreclosed on. A lot of the time, if they sign a promissory note or have a cash contribution, they will waive it. But I really let an attorney talk to them about that because I don't want to offer any legal advice in that situation.
How should I answer my client's questions as continuing or discontinued payment of their mortgage?
Never, never tell your client or tell a seller to stop paying on their mortgage. A lot of the time they'll come to you and they'll say, well, my bank or my lender told me that I had to miss mortgage payments to do a short sale, and I tell them that they need to do what they need to do. However, I cannot tell them to miss mortgage payments. They usually end up missing mortgage payments because they read between the lines, but legally, as realtors, we cannot tell them to ever miss a mortgage payment.
Now, what sort of hardships does the lender consider valid?
There are really a lot of valid hardships out there, even relocating for a job, having a baby, and the cost of living going up, loss of income, loss of jobs, divorces, medical reasons. There are so many different hardships. Or, for example, owning other properties and not being able to keep them rented because you don't have tenants, or tenants that aren't paying you. So there are multiple things that are actually considered a valid hardship.
Okay, we've received a few questions from the audience. First one is, are short sales lenders accepting electronic signatures from buyers?
I know electronic signatures are getting much more popular, but at this time, I have not had any of my short sale lenders that have accepted electronic signatures. So I recommend that you just don't even submit them right now, because then you're going to have to go back and get everything re-signed.
On a short sale, can a cash buyer buy the property for less than a person who is getting a mortgage?
So many buyers out there think, oh, because I have cash, I can buy the property for less. Well, in a foreclosure or REO property, that is the case a lot of the time, but unfortunately, in short sales, they look at their net. They look at the bottom line of how much money they are going to make. They absolutely do not look at a cash buyer as far as a mortgage for a discount on the price. So no, cash is not king with a short sale. The net is what they're looking for.
How long is the process taking for the average short sale approval?
A couple of years ago, short sales were taking up to a year and a half. They were crazy. Today, and I can't say every short sale, but if it doesn't have a lot of liens and there aren't a lot of problems with it, they're usually taking 60 to 90 days. Now, if there's additional liens or you're just finding out about an IRS lien or you have outstanding liens from the county or the city, things can take a lot longer. But on the average, they're taking about 60 to 90 days. So, get out there and definitely help those sellers because short sales have gotten much easier, I think, as a whole, if you know what you're doing, and we can help so many people that are out there that are missing mortgage payments and have never, ever talked to a realtor.
That appears to be the end of the questions that we have. We want to thank all of you for joining us today. You learned updates regarding the half a short sale program and updates on Bank of America, Wells Fargo portfolio loans. If you're a realtor or a homeowner, feel free to contact us with any additional questions. Thanks for attending.
Thank you.